So good to see that, Dr. Amy. Anyone else do their homework? Let me know what the experience was like for you. Putting yourself out there, putting a picture post, telling the world what you do. Being on social media, many people said yesterday that social media was something that they were learning to overcome. That it was a challenge for them. So is there anyone that joined that did the homework that has something to share about what that experience was like for them, putting themselves out there doing some social media? Let me know in the comments. Is it only Dr. Paul that did the homework? I need to give Dr. Paul some money. Some of Dr. Una's money. I need to give it to Dr. Paul. No one else did the homework. Oh my goodness. Let me know in the comments, please. Dr. Paul said it was scary. Okay. Oh, we have another new person, Dr. Tracy Short, burn wound surgeon in Baton Rouge. Oh my goodness, and Birmingham. My goodness, wonderful. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We've got a lot of new people today. Dr. Enriquez and obesity medicine in Florida. Awesome. Wait a minute. So are you guys telling me only Dr. Amy Paul did the homework? This cannot be. Dr. Una, is this true? This cannot be.
I'm here for it. It is true. Dr. Una is here for it. Okay, but go ahead.
Okay, anybody else did the homework now that Dr. Una's here? We want to going once, going last. We Dr. Una was real with us yesterday. We gave her permission to tell us the truth. So she told us the truth yesterday. So she's gonna tell us the truth today. Well, Dr. Amy Paul, looks like I owe you a prize. I owe you something. I owe you an award. I will be getting in touch with you. Congratulations on getting it done. And welcome, Dr. Una.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Okay, want to see a lot of emojis going up in the comments. Those of you who have your cameras off, if you are not taking a shower, let's turn those cameras on. Okay, we want to show up. We want to be fully present. Okay, I'm showing up like you paid 10 grand to be here. I want you to show up like you paid 10 grand. So if you pay 10 grand and you know your camera will be on and your notebook will be out and all of those things, and you'll be ready to do the things because you want to get your money's worth back, I want you to show up exactly that way. Okay. So I want to see cameras popping on. If you're here and you have friends in private practice, they run private practices and you don't see them here, this is the time to send them a text. EntreMD.com/workshop. You must come. You must come. Our lives are about to be changed. Okay, so send those links out. Well, we are going to have an absolute blast. And I am not here to tickle your fancy. I am not here to leave you just inspired. We are going to change today. Okay. Hi, Dr. Dana. She's like, I'm glad I made it today. We are going to change today. So I came with the intention that we are going to walk away from here different. We are going to walk away from here having handled things that have been handling us. We're going to walk away from here with the strategies and the shifts that we need to experience to thrive in 2026. So if you're also here for that, I want you to type, I'm also here for that. Okay. I'm also here for that. I'm also here to change. I'm not here to just say, yeah, what is Dr. Una up to? I listen to her on the podcast all the time. Like, I'm not here for any of that. I'm here to change. I'm here to change because when I change, my practice changes, my team changes, everything changes. I'm here to change. Okay. I'm going to show up like I paid 10 grand to be here.
All right, let's.
Okay. That's exactly the way I'm going to show up. Okay. So yesterday, I asked you guys for permission to be real. Like, Dr. Una, you don't have to sugarcoat it. Just be you, do give us what we need and all of those things. I'm going to ask for permission again today. I didn't think I would, but I have to. Are you guys okay if Dr. Una just does Dr. Una things? Tell you the truth, tell you what I've discovered, tell you the challenges I know that we're facing, tell you the changes that I know we need to make. Because, I mean, we don't have time to waste. If we're going to be here for an hour, we're going to make it count, right? Like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I have 22 people who have said I have permission. That's not enough people for me to feel like I have permission. Okay. So who else is saying, Dr. Una, do you? Okay. I came here of my own free will. Just do you. Okay. I see more people say yes. So yesterday we looked at becoming physician entrepreneurs. Dr. Dorian said, I like your glasses. Thank you. We're looking at at becoming physician entrepreneurs, because being a physician alone is not enough if you are going to run a private practice. We looked at the traits. We take calculated risk, whether it's financial risk or emotional risk, right? We do what is required. Okay, we're going to talk about some of the things required today. But we do what is required. This is not a buffet. We do not say, I will have some shrimp, but I don't want spinach. Okay, when it comes to entrepreneurship, all the meals are required. Okay, the vegetables, the cheese, all of it. Okay, so we looked at that and we made some decisions. You made decisions that you are going to show up as a physician CEO. So we're going to practice that in the comments. I want you to type in the chat, I am the CEO of XYZ, whatever the name of your private practice is. Okay, so no links or anything, just own who you are. I am the CEO. I am the CEO of XYZ. Own it. Okay, I hear people say, oh, I just see patients. No, you don't. You are the owner of a private practice. Okay, oh, no, you're not. You are a physician. You are a great clinician, and you are a whole CEO. When they say, oh, these CEOs are having a meeting there, guess what you have? A seat at that table. You're a CEO. Okay, so you're a one-trick pony. No, we're not. You're just a doctor. No, we're not. Stay in your lane. No, we won't. Okay, we're CEOs. Okay, so I see you guys typing that in. Own who you are. You may say, oh, I don't have my practice yet. You are the CEO of Dr. You Incorporated. I want you to type that in the chat. That is who you are. You're a whole CEO. You're a whole entrepreneur. Okay, so we did that. Yesterday, we also gave opportunities for people to join the profitable private practice movement, the movement of people who defy the status quo and say, we are going to build practices that help a lot of people while creating time freedom and financial freedom. And many of you said yes. And many of you are going to say yes today. It's going to be so fun. So team, you can go ahead, pop that link in the comments, entremd.com/movement. I have a juicy bonus for you guys, but I'll tell you about it later. We also got to hear from Dr. Funke. Do you guys remember that? Where she's like, my 2025 revenue goals, I have already surpassed that. And I've taken 5 weeks off so far because we still have 22 days left in the year. And she said she was off to Chicago somewhere, right? So can I have my dream business and my dream life as a physician in 2025 and beyond? The answer is a resounding yes. Whenever someone tells you, oh, that's back in the day, private practice dead, all that stuff, I need you to remember this story. That's why we put the stories in front of you. That's why you hear the principles, you hear my story, you hear other stories. It is all for you to go like, no, there's an alternate reality that we can all have, and I'm choosing that alternate reality. Okay, so today we are going to look at how to keep your schedule filled, how to fill your schedule, how to get all the patients you need to fill your schedule. How many of you would appreciate some new patients? You will appreciate a full schedule. Maybe your schedule is full, but you have 3 doctors and their schedules are not full. You would appreciate their schedule being full. So some of you are at the beginning of your business. This is fantastic for you. For some of you, you're a multi-7-figure business. This is fantastic for you because it may not be your schedule. It may be your doctor's schedule. And remember what I think I said yesterday here, that an improperly led team is where all profits go to die, right? And so what we don't want to do is to have a lot of doctors on our payroll, but their schedules are not full, because that means you are working to pay them. Okay? Not fun. Okay, so this is what we're going to look at. And someone may say, well, I've heard all this stuff before. You never outgrow the basics. I may need you to type this in the chat. I will never outgrow the basics. People say, oh, I don't need all that marketing stuff. I got that. What do you mean? Like Amazon is still trying to figure out how to market. Apple is still trying to figure out how to market. And they're trillion-dollar companies. Tesla is still marketing. Like we don't outgrow these things. We get better at them. We don't outgrow them. We get better at them. Okay, so we get better at filling up our schedule. We get better at maintaining full schedule. We get better at controlling our schedules. We don't outgrow them. The second you say that you are done with the basics, you're done. Because what that means is a challenge can show up in your business and you have no way of responding to it. You don't know how to respond because you don't do the basics. Okay, so we do the basics. We get better at the basics. We don't get bored with it. We get better. All right. All right. Now, why is the schedule this important? Okay. Why is it important? Because this is the starting point of everything you want to see in your practice. I believe that everyone here wants to have a private practice that helps a lot of people, that creates financial freedom for you, and creates time freedom for you. Nobody builds a private practice saying, I don't want to help people and I don't care if I don't make money, even if they say it, and I want to be burned out. Nobody says that. Okay. So we want to help people and we want to have financial freedom and we want to have time freedom. And if anybody has made you feel bad for wanting these three things, may I please give you permission to want it with all your heart. I want to help a lot of people. I want to have financial freedom. Money is not a cuss word. Money is mercury paper with dead men's faces on it. Like, let's not get bent out of shape about it. Okay. And we live in an economic world. Okay. So I want to help a lot of people. I want to have financial freedom. I want to have time freedom. In fact, let's practice. If you want those three things, type in the chat 3 for 3. Just type it in the chat 3 for 3. I want that. And it's okay to want it. It's okay to want it. Okay. Everybody who makes you feel bad about wanting it, they want it. And many of them have it. Okay. So you're not going to have something and tell me, oh, just be a humble doctor and just do it for the sake of the patient. Well, what have you? Okay. All right, Dr. Mina, calm down. All right. So the pathway to helping a lot of people is a full schedule, right? They have to be on the schedule for you to help them. The pathway to financial freedom is a full schedule. Why? You have to see the patients in order to get paid to have the financial freedom. The pathway to time freedom is a full schedule because you need the patient volume to support the team that gives you your time back. So what do we all want? A full schedule. As CEOs, as entrepreneurs, what is one of our most important jobs in our private practice? I'm not talking about you, the clinician. You, the clinician, make sure like the patients are good and all of that. But remember, you have two hats. You're a clinician and you're an entrepreneur. One of your most important jobs as the entrepreneur of your private practice is a full schedule. It's a full schedule. Okay, so we're not going to pretend like marketing is not important. We're not going to pretend like a full schedule is not important because the three things we want out of our private practice, the starting point of it is not the only thing. We're going to talk about more things. It's not the only thing, but the number one thing we need is a full schedule because if there's no schedule, if there's no patient volume, all the other stuff doesn't happen. Okay, all right. So this is my a statement I want you to never forget. An unfilled schedule is too expensive. It costs you impact, it costs you financial freedom, and it costs you time freedom. How many of you agree it's too expensive? It's way too expensive. Like, it's too expensive, so we're going to fix it so we don't have to deal with an unfilled schedule. Okay? Now, I want to show you a simple secret. And initially, I was going to give you scripts and strategies and all that stuff. But I went to look in the Facebook group and I didn't see any introductions. And I was like, wait a minute. We have to solve some stuff here. So I'm here for you. Okay. So we're going to do a little detour because at the end of this, we are all going to be changed. That's the deal. It's not about a particular strategy or tactic or me holding to the curriculum that I came up with. No, it is about helping you and helping you get wins. Okay. Okay. Let me make sure I'm in the right room. Who wants a full schedule? Who wants a full schedule? Say me in the chat. Okay, so we're not gonna right after this we'll approve anybody who applies. Makita, you can also put the link for the Facebook group if you want in the comments. Right after this we'll approve everybody. Who wants a full schedule? So because I'm here to help you get a full schedule. That's what I'm here for, and I will use whatever means I have to use today. Okay, it's not going to be go do this because we have to fix some stuff. Okay, let me give you a secret. And this secret will ensure that after today, you never feel yucky or weird about promoting your practice. I want you to imagine you being able to promote your practice authentically, promote your practice relentlessly, and you cannot not promote your practice. Show of hands, who would like that? Like, this is now, you're like, this is what I do. Like I have so much faith in what I do and confidence in what I do that this is just what I do by default. Okay, so let me tell you the secret for that. I want to invite everyone to stop being the marketer of their practices. And somebody was just like, hallelujah. Dr. Una, say it louder. I want you to stop being the marketer of your practice. And I want you to start being the evangelist for your practice. And I'll explain exactly what I mean. But I need you to lean into this because I have talked to doctors for the last 15 years. Okay? Don't be the marketer. Don't be the bro marketer. Don't be the person who's like this, sleazy salesperson. Don't do any of that. I hereby allow you quit. I want you instead to be the evangelist for your practice. Now, hear me. They're words we use, and then, we use them, kind of sort of know what they mean, but we don't know what they mean. So I'm going to give you dictionary definitions here. Okay. Who is an evangelist? An evangelist is a zealous advocate of something. And I'm going to show you how to make that transition because we're going to make that transition tonight. This is happening now, like in real time. Okay. An evangelist is a zealous advocate of something. Now, zealous, not kind of a word I use a lot. I know what it means, but I don't use it a lot. So what is the meaning of zealous? It means showing great energy or enthusiasm. Okay, so we're going to pull up the Profitable Private Practice Workshop definition of evangelist. An evangelist is an enthusiastic advocate of something. Now, if you were an enthusiast, so we have two options now. I could be the marketer for my practice, or I can be the enthusiastic advocate of what I do in my practice. Which one will make you do it nonstop, A or B? The marketer or the enthusiastic advocate? Because we're physicians. By default, we're enthusiastically advocating for something, right? A or B? Let me know, A or B. So after today, you don't have to identify as a marketer. You don't have to fight marketing. You don't have to do any of that, okay? You're going to be an enthusiastic advocate. You're going to be an evangelist for the cause. Okay. Before we go any further, real quick in the comments, what is something that you have been an enthusiastic advocate of? Type in the chat. Type in the chat. Because you know what that energy is like, and you know nobody could get you to stop. And Dr. Amy says, my son. Dr. Brown, my children. Okay? Dr. T, my children, my kids, look at that. Reproductive rights, Jesus, my child, financial literacy, my daughter, souls. Keep going. What else? Real estate. Who else? Who else? Being the best version of myself. Women's health. I've been waiting for menopause. Where is it? Where is the menopause? Health, right? Okay, there it is. Menopause, women's health. And when it comes to, Dr. Tracy is like, menopause in the house. When it comes to these things, you don't need anybody to tell you it will be nice to show up on social media. You don't need anybody to tell you to go to events and network. You don't need anybody to tell you that you need to put this message in front of people. You do it. And there may be obstacles. Those of you who said your kids, there may be obstacles. There may be closed doors. You don't care. You get it done. So when I hear somebody say, oh, I'd like to get referral sources, but I can't get to past the front desk, you're showing up as a marketer. Don't be a marketer. Be an advocate. If you were an enthusiastic advocate, there is no front desk person who can stop you. Is there? There is not. There's not a single person. So, and guess what? Like we look at ourselves. Okay, that's great. But guess what the physician community needs? Guess what healthcare needs? Healthcare needs physicians as advocates. And the vehicle you use to help is your private practice. Your private practice is not an end. Your private practice is a means to an end. Your private practice does something. And we need you to be advocates for that. Who's already feeling better? Like, Dr. And I like you better. I thought you were going to come tell us about, do 2 reels a day. And I was already crying. Who's already feeling better? Let me know. Like, I feel better. Okay. All right. So, marketer, I've tried For 15 years, I've talked to you guys about marketing. You don't like it. Evangelist, okay? That's what we're going to be. We're going to be evangelists for the cause. Okay, I'm all about frameworks. I'm going to give you a 5-step framework. How do I make that shift? How do I become an evangelist? Because we're doing that right now. This is happening in real time. Okay, number one. I'm going to give you 5 things. Number one, there are questions you need to answer. What problem do you solve? And I'll give you examples, so don't worry, just write this down. Number one, what problem do you solve? You must know this. It's not about your practice, it's not about the bills, it's not about your revenue goal. These are all important things, and we talk about it a lot, but there's a driver that will make you show up no matter what. What problem do you solve? Number one. Number two, why do you do it? Why? Why do you have to solve this problem? Why do you have to solve this problem? Number two. Number three, what great things happen when you solve it? What great things happen when you solve it? Number four, what goes wrong when you don't solve it? And I'm going to run this twice. I'm going to give you 2 examples real quick. What goes wrong when you don't solve it? Number 5 will then be the $1 million question. Will you answer the call to shout it from the rooftops until everyone whose pain you solve hears it? Will you, and for short, will you answer the call? Will you answer the call? So I'm going to give you 2 examples because I want you to never forget this. And as I do this, I want you to run it for your own practice, because once you become the evangelist, then when we talk about referral sources and all of these things, you're game. All right. So let me use myself as the leader of the profitable private practice movement. Let me use that as example number 1. What problem do I solve? The problem is struggling private practices. And that's struggling whether they're starting or struggling whether they're doing 5 million in revenue, struggling private practices. That's the problem. Okay? Now, why do I do it? Why do I do it? For me, I do it because that was me, but I have simple frameworks that can help any private practice owner win who's willing to do the work. Any. And I also feel like it's my life's work. This is what I'm wired to do. This is what I'm called to do. That's why I don't struggle to do it. That's why, like, many people have started businesses and shut them down. I can't, because I have to do this. That's my why. Number 3, what great things happen when I do it? Are you kidding me? Like, do you know the number of people who, when I met them, they were employed physicians and now they're running multi-million-dollar practices, and they have more time, and they're focusing on their health, and it's opened a whole realm of possibility, like, oh my goodness, look what I can do. It's amazing what happens. Their entire lives change. Okay, if you're here in your EBS and you're in PPPM and you can say, yep, she's about right. My whole life has changed. Just type me in the chat. And if it's not you, I'm a big girl. You don't have to type it. You don't have to make it up for me. But if you can say that, where my business is different. I started a business. My whole life has changed. People come to me and say, I mean, this did wonders for me, but it worked the best in my marriage. The whole life. That's the great thing that happens when I do what I do. Okay. What goes wrong when I don't do it? I was telling Makita, there's a doctor who we had been talking to and about coming into one of our programs. And oh my goodness, I saw this post and she's like, I've made the difficult decision to shut down my practice. And I want you to think about what happens with that. So we have a practice shut down. We have business debt associated with that. We have a big dent in confidence and self-esteem for many people. Like, I wasn't able to pull this off. There's the sacrifices they had to make for their family, and it's just a ripple effect. It doesn't have to be shut down. It could be a practice that looks like it's thriving. It's doing multi-million dollars in revenue, but the doctor is so burnt out, they want to throw the entire practice away. There's chaos at home. There's chaos with their kids, chaos with their spouse. Their health is suffering. They're miserable. Bad things happen when I don't do what I'm called to do. Okay. So will I answer the call and shout it from the rooftops until everyone whose pain I solve hears it? Yes. That's why I show up on social media. That's why I speak at events. That's why I host events like this. That's why I continue doing it. Why? Why? Because I'm an evangelist for the cause. I understand why I do what I do. Who's already feeling more confident about promoting their practice? I haven't even given you the private practice example, but who's already feeling better about that when you think about these questions? Because without them, the marketing stuff is just stuff. And who wants to do stuff? Nobody wants to do stuff. Okay, let me give you another example with my private practice. Okay. What is the problem I solve? Now, the problem I solve, like I'm a pediatrician, right? So the problem I solve is not healthcare because I want you to see the nuance if this is what matters to you. For me, the problem I solve is the problem is that parents don't feel confident when it comes to taking care of their kids at all. They don't feel confident. So they're like, am I breaking my kid? Am I destroying my kid? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand what my pediatrician is saying. I don't understand any of these things. They're terrified. They're afraid. They feel vulnerable. They feel imposter syndrome. They feel all of these things. That's the problem I sense the most. So yours may not even be totally medical, but your business is still the vehicle. So that was for me. Why do I do it? Because I was that mom. Okay, you guys are doctors. I probably wouldn't talk this about in a non-doctor setting, but when I had my daughter, my first kid, I was in my final year of pediatric training. So I'm as pediatrician as they come, right? Now, and that was weird English, but I made it up. Okay, so I remember having her, and I'm thinking, okay, and the first time, mommies people who've had babies can tell us this if I'm wrong or right, but I was thinking, you have the baby, you nurse the baby, and you live happily ever after, okay? And now I can't figure this stuff out. Then I start using the pump, and it's like 2 drops. Who are the mommies who remember that? 2 drops of breast milk, okay? So here I am. I take the breast pump. I fling it across the room. Here goes my husband diving after the breast pump. And he's like, no, you can do this. The non-pediatrician is telling the pediatrician you could do this. Okay? And I'm like, no mother should have to go through this. This is insane. I'm a whole pediatrician, like almost a pediatrician. I was a few months away from graduation. And so why do I do it? Because mothers need support. Like we think we just have the baby and we figure it out. There's no, like half the time you're like, is the baby breathing? The other half of the time are you like, am I destroying the kid? Okay. So is my why clear? This is why. Okay. Like this is why. All right. What great things happen when you do it? Oh my goodness. A parent can enjoy their journey of being a parent. Do you know the number of times people would come to my office and they're in full on tears? I'm like, what's going on? I went to the ER yesterday and they told me my child had an acute upper respiratory tract infection, but it wouldn't give him any medicine. I'm like, oh, mommy, I apologize on behalf of the entire medical field. What they meant to say is your child has a cold. It's okay, right? So can you imagine the amount of stress, the amount of sleepless nights, the amount of tears that are unnecessary? When I do my job, they get to have a baby who has a cold. They're confident. They know what to do. They have the baby at home. The baby's not on any medicine, and they're fine. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what goes wrong. I just told you about the mom. So here she is missing another day of work, paying another copay, didn't sleep the following night for a cold. See, bad things happen. Okay, all right. Would I answer the call to shout it from the rooftops until everyone whose pain I solve hears it? Yes. Yes. If you would get out away from you and think of the person you're called to serve, and think of the pain they're in, and think about how much better life can be if they just worked with you, would you show up and do the work? So that's my question to you now. Like if you, now that you think about it, this is who I serve, this is the problem they have, this is the thing, my business makes it go away, my private practice makes it go away. Are you going to leave that person in pain? Or are you going to show up so they can find you? The people who need what you do already exist. They're already looking for you. They already have their card ready to swipe it. so you can make this pain go away? Will you do it? So now I'm going to need commitments from you, and I'll give you some more stuff. Will you do it? Will you be an evangelist for the cause? Will you show up? If it's social media, so be it. If it's talking to referral sources, so be it. If it's networking, even though you're an introvert, so be it. Are you going to leave that person in pain, or are you going to shout it from the rooftops? Will you do it? I have 11 people who said they will. I have 142 people on this call on Zoom. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? And guys, there's so much misinformation. So that person who's actively looking for you, they're going to bump into some person on TikTok who's going to take them into even further pain if we don't do our part. If we don't do our part. So listen, don't be a marketer. Be an evangelist. Answer the call and scream it from the rooftops until everybody who has the pain that your business solves hears you. Hears you. So the assignment I gave you guys yesterday of introducing yourself in the Facebook group, you're going to have an encore. Okay? Why? It is the safest place for you to take emotional. Let me tell you something. For instance, I see there are a lot of people in Florida, right? Dr. Swaldo, you're in Florida. Do you know that amongst all the people in Florida here, you guys can create a referral system that will make everybody busy in the next 90 days? But favor has to be seen to be shown. Nikita, if you can post that link again, I think somebody was asking it for the Facebook group. Thank you. Favor has to be seen to be shown. Like if people don't see you, they can't refer. They can't refer. So I want you to go in the group, put a picture. We need your picture. Put the picture. Say, hey, I'm Dr. X. And I run this kind of practice. Don't post links, okay? Just like this kind of practice. I'm located in this area. This was my biggest aha from today. That's all we want. But practice putting yourself out there because there are real people in real pain on the other side of what you do. So take your eyes off your practice for a second. Take your eyes off the fact that you're introverted for a second. Take your eyes off the fact that, what people will think about me for a second, and think about a human being who has pain that you can easily solve. They just have no clue you exist. No clue. So our era of just letting them suffer in silence, that's over because we answered the call. Yes? Show of hands? We answered the call. Okay, beautiful. Now, from this standpoint, if I told you to fill your schedule, you'll need referrals from other doctors. You need referrals from your patients. You might need to do some social media, some speaking, some networking. Are you willing to do it? Now that you're no longer a marketer, you are an evangelist. Are you willing to do it? If what it takes, when we say shout it from the rooftops, I mean, come on, you're not going to go to your rooftop. The rooftop is your referrals from other doctors, referrals from patients, social media, right? Networking, speaking. Are you willing to do it? If you don't know how to do it, are you willing to learn to do it? Okay, let me know in the chat. I know I'm asking you guys to type a lot, but we're changing tonight. That's what we're doing. We're changing tonight. Who is then like, oh, okay, I'll do it. So it's not about the task. It's not about that. It's about somebody. It's about another human being in pain. It's about another human being. Like someone else. And you can you do this stuff for fun. You do what you do for fun. You could do it in your sleep. You know what to do. Like what you do clinically. You can help them. We're not going to leave them in pain. And we're not going to leave them to the misinformation of our time. We're going to help them. Okay? Okay. Now, you may say, okay, but I don't know how to do these things. Yes. And that's why we gave you the invitation to be part of the Profitable Private Practice movement. Okay. Now, I want to show you something because I'm going to show you this in a minute. And if you guys are nice and you keep showing up in the comments, you get to hear a story of stories today. Okay. You know, Dr. is all about the stories. I want you to have as much evidence as possible. Okay. Now, the Profitable Private Practice Movement is a movement of physicians who have decided to defy the status quo and build profitable practices that help a lot of people create time freedom, create financial freedom. Okay? And we're not about fluff. We come there and we learn the things that I'm talking to you about now. How do I get patients to refer? How do I get doctors to refer? How do I show up on social media? How do I do all of these things? Okay. Dr. Rosa, if you have questions, you can post them here, but we have a rapid fire Q&A on Friday as well. Okay. So if I get to it, I do. If not, definitely on Friday. Okay. So let me show you over the last few months, let me show you the kinds of things that happen in the movement. So here and let me tell you what I think about the movement. The investment for the movement is less than a cappuccino a day. It's $19.97 for a whole year. Okay. I believe that it is a tool that every private practice owner needs. Every single one. Okay. So EntreMD.com/movement. What we do there is every Thursday, you come and you work on your business. You come, you work on your referrals. You come, you work on your team. That's what we do. We just come, we work, and we go away. We work on our practices. People in here have said, oh my goodness, Dr. Una, month to month, I've doubled my revenue. Month to month, I've tripled my revenue. Oh, I just went on 3 weeks of vacation. The things that they say that private practice owners don't do, they're doing it every single week. Every single week. Okay, so let me show you the kinds of things we do in there. And then I'm going to get out of the way so you guys can hear this story. Okay. So take a look at this. Okay. Live Q&A. Who was asking about Q&A? We do Q&As all the time. Okay. Top 5 mistakes that keep private practices stuck. Simple formula for aggressive weekly practice growth. Yes. Sign me up. Okay. 7 mistakes that stop physicians from building 7-figure practices. The profitable team meeting. Now, as far as filling up your schedule, the 21-day turnaround for your private practice, building a 7-figure referral base, how to make data-driven decisions, the 7-figure marketing plan, the 7-figure blueprint. These are just the sessions with me. Now, every month, you also get a session with another physician entrepreneur who is running a private practice that has done at least 7 figures in revenue. Okay. So now you have Dr. Karen Kaufman, who runs a multi-million-dollar practice. Dr. Chiruba, who runs a cash-pay practice, crossed her first 7 figures in revenue. Dr. Shanta, who is a urologist. I mean, she's a whole surgeon, 1,300 patient visits in the first 6 months of her private practice. When people are like, oh, it'll take 3 years to break even and all this stuff, we don't say stuff like that. How to build a profitable team with Dr. Edwin, powerful session that he did. Dr. Brittany Panico, how we scaled from 1 to 8 locations with the power of referrals, and on and on and on. This is Dr. Sorota. She had her first $1 million month. She comes to talk about the strategies that created that, right? Dr. Dosumo has been a pediatrician for 3 decades. And she's like, if I was starting from scratch, what I would do differently. It is the real deal, guys. And we're talking about all of this every single week for $19.97 like a year. Like, that's just insane. Okay. So I want to invite you. Team is going to post the link again. It's on Thursdays and it's at 12 noon. And someone say, why isn't it in the evening? Because we are practicing working on our businesses during our business time. So when we go home, we can be home with our family. That's what we're home to do. Okay. So every Thursday, 12 noon, we just show up, we work on our businesses. So every single week, our businesses are getting better. EntreMD.com/movement. So yesterday we gave an amazing bonus. We said, if you sign up, you get the small group VIP. So a number of you guys got that and all of that. Okay. Today, for those of you who sign up, and we only have this for, Makita, did we say 24? We only have this for 24 people. Okay. 24 people. Now, we have a profitable private practice assessment. It's a series of questions that you answer to look at, where are the weak links in my practice and all of that stuff. I will personally review your assessment and I will send you an audio recommendation of what to focus on over the next 90 days to turn your private practice around. Okay. Now, my brain in your practice is equal to magic. Okay. Like, this alone is worth $19.97. All right. So entremd.com/movement, the first 24 that sign up tonight, you will get that. Okay. So the team posted a link, but I'm going to step out for a second because Makita has a wonderful doc to introduce to you guys. I want you to lean in. I want you to lean in and hear her story. And as you hear it, it's good for her. But I want you to see it as an example of what is possible. That's why we keep putting this stuff in front of you guys. Okay. Are you guys ready? If you guys throw up a lot of emojis, I'll let Makita come on. Are you guys ready? And those of you signing up, sign up. First 24, get my brain in their private practice and 30-day directions. Okay. Where are the emojis? Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, Makita, I guess you can come on.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Una. So glad to be here. Oh my goodness, that is a big, big, big deal. In case you don't know, that's a big deal. Dr. Una, she said her brain in your practice is she's selling the absolute. When she says she can change your life in 15 minutes, she means it. So strategy is her superpower, so you don't want to miss out on that. But we have here tonight Dr. Brittany Anderson. Dr. Anderson, can you come on camera and unmute? We'd love to hear about your experience in the profitable private practice movement. If you could let us know and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Hey, Makita, can y'all hear me okay? Good
Yes, we
deal.
can.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay. So so great to be here and to get a chance to chat with everybody. My name is Brittany Anderson. I am a family medicine doc. I practice and hey y'all, my friends are saying, hey, it's so great. And that just goes to show you, the friends that you make within PPPM and just the whole EBM movement. And so I started PPPM earlier this year. I'm 3 years into private practice. I'm a family medicine doc in insurance-based private practice in rural Alabama. And saying all those things together, family medicine, insurance-based, rural Alabama, may make you think that it is difficult to get patients in, to get numbers, that we're running just a patient meal. And we are not. We are running a wonderful practice here, and patients are knocking down the doors to get in. And even in starting the practice, I launched it. Had a really good launch, a really strong launch, but was doing a lot in the clinic. I even with the startup, kind of worked really hard, built it from the ground up, and just kept that mentality of something needs to be done. Okay, I'm going to do it. This needs to be done. Okay, I'm going to do it. And I started, a couple, maybe over a year into it. I'd been hearing people talk about Dr. Una, and I, heard it, went in one ear, out the other, and I heard her on a podcast. I can't even now remember whose podcast it was, but she was guesting on someone else's podcast, and I listened, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is the person. Like, she's saying all the things that I need to know and need to hear. And so I went, and I'm sure she probably said yesterday, about the podcast that you can't out binge her podcast. She is wrong. I binged that podcast like nobody's business. I listened to every single episode of it until I felt like if I didn't hear her voice, in a day, that something was missing out of my day. And so I binged the podcast like crazy and just got to a point where I thought, oh my gosh, like if I'm able to make this many strides in my private practice, just listening to a free podcast, what in the world happens if I'm, paying a couple $100s a month or, the amount in a year for this? And so I did. I made the investment in my practice, and the shift that has been made in my practice and just in my life in general, because it's a whole other story, but the shift that's been made in my practice has been significant since joining PPPM because, like I started off saying, you're with a group of other private practice docs. Everyone is in the same boat. Everyone is working on the same types of issues. And the calls that we have on Thursdays, they're not fluff. Like Dr. Una does not do fluff. Makita doesn't do fluff. There is no fluff to it. We are there to work. It is. So I'm in Alabama until on Central Time. So, it's 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time, but 11 Central Time. In that hour, I will shut it down in the middle of my day, close my door, put a sign on my door. My staff knows not to come in because I am in PPPM class and it's time there. And that's really how impactful it has been. The speakers that Dr. Una was just mentioning are so great because you're hearing from people who have literally done what you want to do in your practice. And that's what it's been for me, learning in the different sessions, the things that we need to know, but even more than that, getting to see someone who is, doing multiple seven figures, someone who has $1 million month, like $1 million revenue month is insane. And even if I never get to $1 million revenue month, I know that it's possible. And that changes my small thinking of, oh, I'm happy if I get, $100,000 month to maybe I can kick this up a little bit. And so that has been really impactful. And so I joined PPPM, and my story is that about 2 months into PPPM, even if that long, I had another one where I was like, oh my gosh, if I'm getting this much here, what else is there to offer? And so then I joined EBS, the business school, and that is just like, mind blowing, is what it is to get in that close group with docs who are so close to the 1 million or who have already passed the 1 million. But that doesn't change that I still attend the Thursday PPPM sessions, which come with it, because that is the bread and butter of how you continue to have, a practice that is running well. Where it is based now, I had my camera off because I was trying to pull up my QuickBooks, because any day now I'm making that post to EBS saying, we hit 1 million, and this will be the first year that we hit 1 million in our practice. And my goal next year just maybe 2 million. Like, it is coming because I'm putting things in place, and it is not just about making revenue, but it is, what does that income, what is making that money do? It allows me to be able to sponsor things in my community. It allows me to be able to, make sure my staff is taken care of, to add more staff in so that people aren't stressed. It allows me at, 5:50 in an evening to be sitting at my, on the sofa at my house, not at work, grinding to make these things happen. And so it's been a game changer for me. I tell friends, Dr. Una and Makita have absolutely changed the way I think. And sometimes it takes that changing the way you think to realize that, or sometimes it takes that exposure to realize that, hey, everyone's not doing this. Everyone is not, in hustle culture and all these things, but there is a way to plan appropriately and go out and have a great practice and still be able to spend that time traveling, spend time with your kids, your niece is my thing, or your dog, whatever it is, but to be able to do those things that you want to do. So I'm shouting from the rooftops to whoever listens that PPPM is just the most incredible thing. And once you do PPPM, because I do think it's the right initial step, you may be like me and in a month, 2 months into it, say, okay, let's rock on to the business school. But everything that I've been a part of so far has been fantastic, and so I'm always happy. Whenever I'm available and Makita asks me to talk about my experience in PPPM or just within the whole EntreMD movement, I'm happy to talk about it because it has absolutely changed the way I practice medicine, the success of my business, and that has changed my life altogether.
Wow. Is everyone else like saying, Brittany, you rock? Look at all the love in the comments you have. Can we just appreciate Dr. Anderson? This was so amazing. Thank you for being so transparent. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your journey. We feel like we know you. We feel like, even for those that don't know you, right? We feel like, like we're all rooting for you. This is so amazing. Um, I mean, you're gonna hit your first seven figures, like just any day now. You're looking at your numbers like, I can't wait to say it. So Dr. Una, that's another one you can add to your list of getting you closer and closer to having 1,000 physicians hit seven figures. This is amazing. And one thing you said, that you said so many wonderful things, but I gotta let Dr. Una talk. But one thing you said that I wanna talk about is the fact that you said everyone's not in hustle culture. I have the privilege of talking to so many physicians. I probably talk to about maybe 10 or more physicians a week. And a lot of them tell me that their friends, their physician friends are telling them that, oh, it's going to take 3 years before you even break even. Oh, it's going to, you're going to have to work so hard. You're going to have to, it's just going to be terrible for a while. That's just the way it is. But in the business school, it's a completely, and in the PPPM, it's completely different environment. You don't have to be in hustle culture. You can learn the strategies to do what you need to do and do it faster and get it done faster. Get where you need to go faster and have the mentorship, have the strategy, have the accountability um to get the work done and to do the right work. So you don't have to be wondering, what should I be doing? There's so much information out there. What is the right steps I should take when it comes to marketing my business, when it comes to growing my team, when it comes to being a CEO? So I just love that. Thank you so much. What would you say to someone who's thinking about it and just wondering if should I take this? Another thing I often hear is I have so many financial obligations as a private practice owner. I'm not sure if I want to add another obligation, whether they're starting or in it. What would you say to someone who's wondering that?
Yeah, I would say think about the return and think about it not as a cost, but really as an investment. And, the cost, whatever the cost is, the plan is to make it back, right? And like you go to one session one Thursday from 12 to 1 Eastern, and you've made back whatever it is because you're learning things that are really going to help to build your practice. I mean, in literally every session, I take away something that makes me say, okay, let me go and implement that into my practice. And it's either going to come back to me tenfold in revenue, like in real life money, or it's going to come back in giving my time back, my joy back, some of those things. And so I think that you certainly, I mean, think of the things that we quote unquote waste money on, and you never get anything back from it in return. This will pay itself back in dividends. And so if the hesitation is financial, then that is certainly something to think about. If the hesitation is a time thing, think about it as, again, you are buying back your time down the road. Dr. Tolu, my friend, within EBS, is saying it's a steal for what the cost is. And she just said that in the chat. And I agree, absolutely. It's a no-brainer, as Dr. Funke is saying, and it really is. So, yeah.
It really is. Thank you so much, Dr. Anderson. And I know Dr. Luna has something to say to you, so let me get out of the way. Thank you so much for your time.
Dr. Anderson, let me tell you something about Dr. Anderson. She knows. Dr. Anderson, I met her at workshops like this. And Dr. Anderson was always like, she's like, oh, I can do that. And the next day she's like, I did it. Oh, meet with my practice manager. Awesome. I got it. Next day. And like, it was amazing to watch her. Right. And so she comes back in here and I mean, she comes into PPPM and within 2 months, she's like, she sends me a message like, just so you know, I'm putting my stuff together for EBS. I'm going to be in EBS. And here she is. And guys, listen to this. She is about to have her first $1 million year. She's in primary care. She's in Alabama. She's insurance based. These are all things that people tell you, oh, it doesn't work if it doesn't work. And she's like, maybe I'll do 2 million next year. Like, yeah, just like that. Why? Because she went from physician to physician entrepreneur. We talked about this yesterday. Now, you guys gave me permission, right? So here. So Dr. Anderson, I just want to say, and I speak for the entire school when I say this, we're so proud of you. Like, you're such a rock star. And I'm proud of you now, but I'm like proud of the you that's becoming. Like, you may not even see that yet, but I'm just here. I'm just like, I saw it. I just can't wait for it to show up, but it's there. You're like a total rock star. And you're a leader of leaders, and you just keep getting better and better because I mean, like, that's just the way it is. So I mean, thank you for coming to share your story, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you. I
So
unmuted
proud.
just to say again, thank you so much for everything. It's been fun to watch. Dr. Edwin mentioned my evolution, and it absolutely has been an evolution. And so thank you for that. For that.
Yeah, and it's just the beginning. I mean, like
Which is
she joined
scary,
this
right?
year.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's just the beginning. Okay, so guys, let me talk about a few things here. Number one, becoming an entrepreneur is required. We talked about this yesterday. And you can go get an MBA, which will promise you more money as an employee, or you can join the Profitable Private Practice movement, because we set it up where if you just show up on Thursdays and do the stuff we talk about, your practice will work. That's the way we set it up. That's number one. Number two, someone may say the investment. Okay, come on, guys. We're talking about $1997 for the year. I have a question for you. Having experienced the first 2 days of this workshop, if this 5-day workshop was $2,000, would it be worth it? You don't have to make it up. I'm a big girl. You will not hurt my feelings. If you've experienced 2 days, we still have 3 more days. If this 5-day workshop was $2,000, would it have been worth it? Would you say, oh my goodness, yes, I changed. I got some stuff from it. I learned a lot of stuff. I got an ROI. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. So if we show up this way for the stuff you didn't pay anything for, and we get to show up for you every week in the stuff you paid us for, you have to understand that we're already over delivering. Like I have friends who are like, you are nuts. How can you possibly do this for $2,000 a year? I'm like, because yes, I run a business and I have a whole physician community narrative that needs to be rewritten. So I need to help as many people as possible. Like we need a whole movement. So if you're thinking it's like the investment, is you spend more of this on things you can't remember. I promise you. So don't let that stop you. I'm not trying to say it's no money or what's wrong with you, give me your money. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I am trying to say is we need an education to win at private practice. There's nothing in our medical school residency fellowship that trained us to do this. Now we have something that can train us to do this. Like before, I only had a $30,000 product. Now I have a $2,000 product that at least you have a practice that's working. Okay. Now someone say, I haven't started yet. Please hear me. If you lease a place and open up the doors and put a sign and say XYZ family medicine practice, it doesn't make you an entrepreneur. It makes you a physician who has a lease. You still have to become an entrepreneur. Again, that's why this exists, right? And it's true, right? It's true. And so many people like Dr. Swaldo, before she started her practice, she was already in EBS. But that's the reason why she rocked her first year, like rocked it, because she had turned into an entrepreneur. Okay, so this is not me hard selling. When you see this passion is, come on, guys, with all that's happening out there, you can come into a movement for $2,000 to turn it around. Come on. Okay. All right. And plus, first 24 who do the pay in full today, so the 1997, you get my brain in your practice. My brain, your practice. Okay. Okay. All right. So 2 things. You have 2 assignments. 2 assignments. Yeah, look at that. Dr. Jackie joined. Yes. Welcome. 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 I saw another name. Okay. 2 assignments. Number 1, you're going to go to the Facebook group. Dr. Una talked to you about becoming an evangelist. You're going to go to the Facebook group. You're going to introduce yourself. You will get a picture post. You will say, my name is Dr. This. I run this kind of practice in this location. My biggest aha from today was, okay? For everyone who's trying to get in within 10 minutes of being done with this, you will be in the Facebook group. I promise. The team will get you in. Okay? I promise. Okay? So just do the request. We got you. All right. So that's the first assignment. The second assignment, if you are not in the Profitable Private Practice movement, this is a gift for you in the times that we live in to be in a container that will help you lead a profitable private practice. So you can unsubscribe from all the people, right? Dr. Anderson, you probably had a lot of people who told you this can happen, that can happen. Dr. Funke probably had the same thing, but you want to be in a container of possibility. So Dr. Anderson said, I heard someone saying, I had a $1 million month. What? And if someone can have $1 million month, then you can't possibly think $1 million a year is impossible, right? Because you're like, I can at least do it in a year if she's doing it in a month, right? And there's so many people, I can call that there's so many people on here that's what they did. They crossed 7 figures, they crossed multiple 7 figures. All these things are happening. You need to be in the room with the right people. The rooms you're in where they're telling you nothing is working, you need to leave those rooms. 2026, is not going to be easier than 2025. We are going to need to get better. Hear what I said? It's not going to be easier. Like the insurance companies are not going to say, oh, what do you think I should do? I think I'm going to, do this. And the hospital administrators will say, oh, what do you think we're going to do? No, they're not going to do any of that. But we're going to get better. And if we get better, things get better for us. So it doesn't matter that 2026 is more challenging because we got better. Jim Rohn said, don't wish you were easier, wish you were better. Okay? All right. So you guys going to do your homework? Because you have Dr. Una talking for almost an hour. You going to do your homework? Do your homework? Yes. Okay. And if you haven't joined the movement yet, now is the time. Okay? 1997 for the year. Most unbelievable thing. It's like Black Friday all day long. Right? All day long. Okay? And if you're thinking, oh, the investment is 1997. This is 1997. That's the reason we priced it that way, so you don't have to worry about the investment. Right? It's literally guaranteed. Okay? How do you lose 1997? You can't. Like we already gave you more than 1997 tonight. Okay? Okay. All right. So how was this? Scale of 1 to 10. Day 2 of the Profitable Private Practice Workshop. Tomorrow, we are going to look at how to get paid for what you do. Okay? We're going to look for how to get paid. So make sure you're here. And like I said yesterday, look out for your friends who are in private practice. Hi, Swaldo Jr. Look for your friends who are in private practice. Okay? Invite them to the workshop. Even if they didn't do anything else, the workshop itself will change their lives. Okay? Invite them to the workshop. Tell them, oh my goodness, you need to be here. You need to be a part of this. They wanted a 2 were fired. Now let's go learn how to get paid for the work we do. Okay? The link to give them is entremd.com/workshop. I am so proud of every one of you. Thank you for spending this hour with us. Congratulations to everybody who's joined the movement. The team will reach out to you to let you know next steps and all of that stuff. Rooting for you. Someone said, can we invite PAs, NPs, and all of that? So the EntreMD programs, for the most part, well, the whole part, are specifically for physicians. So they won't be able to join the movement or any of our programs because they're specifically for physicians. Okay? All right. Awesome. Yesterday's talk, when we send out the replay tonight, you will get the replay for both days. Okay, so it'll be one link that has your viewing link, Zoom at the top, and then the replays at the bottom. Okay, so you get your replays. All right, rooting for everyone. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m. You and your friends, and we're gonna go get paid for what we do. Okay, do your posts. I'll be looking out for it. Don't make me give you the same homework tomorrow. I have more homework. Okay, all right. Good night, everyone.